Yo, what's going on, guys? John, Spirit Collectibles. Thank you guys for joining. First up, just a Whatnot sticker. Figured we're going to ship anyway. Why not talk about shipping while we ship? So I'm going to be packing a few orders here. Thank you guys for coming in. Just see a few Joe Bros popped in. Thank you guys for coming in. It's G.I. Joe guys, SoCal. Thanks for coming in. Appreciate all the purchases the other day in that stream, guys. Hope you guys enjoyed that. And all that stuff is either been packed up or is going out today. Whatnot sticker in 4 minutes. Guys, please tag the show or tag people to come in the show. Go ahead and share the show. Do all the things that tickle the algorithm if you could, guys. Custom Wood Burning, thanks for coming in. Guys, check out Custom Wood Burning, who also does community shows. I just realized I got to plug my charger in there. But yeah, guys, I'm John Spirit Collectibles. June 2021, Father's Day, first stream I ever did. Didn't have a clue what streaming even was at that point. So if you have any questions, if you're thinking about doing this, if you're a collector, a part-time reseller, if you're on eBay, Mercari, any of those platforms, and you're not sure, you're like, I don't know about selling and whatnot, I'm happy to answer those questions, especially if you own a brick and mortar and you're not selling on Whatnot. I don't understand that. That to me is like the craziest thing in the world. I just want to say that. You got the socks? Nice. Yeah, they're nice, aren't they? Thank you, Toasty, for sending that. Appreciate when you guys tag and share. It really means a lot for the streams. I was watching a stream last night, and they were like, I mean, some of these streams just blow up, especially in the Disney category. And she would do like big giveaways if they got X amount of shares, but it was like a crazy amount of shares. And that really helps. Well, they say it helps, right? They say it helps the algorithm. I think she had like 800 shares, and then she would give out like a Loungefly bag or something like that. So, I'm not saying you guys should do anything crazy like that. You got to get that many people in the show first of all, right? What's going on, user? I thought it said Spicoli for a second. I really need glasses. Epic Collections, welcome. Hey, Big Al, how you doing, buddy? Hope all is well. Giving away a Whatnot sticker. And what was I saying? So, what am I trying to say? Talking to chat, making sure that they are helping you by tickling the algorithm, because the app has gotten so competitive, guys. It's crazy. When I'm in like my niche like GI Joes, it's a little bit different because you have your collectors, they're looking for that. You're not, it's not like you're bringing all these new people in. But when you're sitting on the storage app or the storage estates channel, or the what else? Hold on, sorry, I keep getting these pop-ups. I gotta stop this thing. Or if you're getting if you're in Disney or sneakers or any of those things, you have to. It's so competitive because everyone's just swiping all day, and it's so hard to keep people's attention. What's going on, Julie? Thanks for coming back in. Another person that does shows in community is Julie Becker. I haven't seen right if I remember correctly, and yeah, probably for sure for shares is custom wood burning. Let's see, Lone Pine, partially because Whatnot has stopped advertising to bring in buyers. Is that right, Lone Pine? Tell me about that. That's a problem. If that would be a good place to put money, because there's the amount of sellers on here and the amount of people that can become sellers is crazier than ever. The first time we came on here, and I'm not saying anything wrong with them bringing on sellers. They should bring on sellers. The app's going to keep evolving as it already has, and part-time sellers, collectors are going to come on and sell. At the end of the day, Whatnot wants to collect the percentages, right? It's a bottom line thing, but they still need to bring on new buyers. So not advertising is a little surprising. I'd like to hear about that. Someone says sellers are outweighing buyers. I hope not. Art of War. Well, Art of War knows a little bit about this stuff too. A lot of stuff. I sell sneakers, but people want $1 start and one. Yeah, you can't. That's just unreasonable for people to expect that when you're in a sneaker stream. Sneakers are really tough. All the different categories makes it tough to really give blanket advice on selling on here, or blanket like have a discussion, because there's so much nuance. Whether you're selling sneakers, how many people are in your stream, the type of inventory you've had, how long you've been on here. There's just so many things, and there's so many new people are just giving away everything now, and it's understandable why they're doing these streams where they have gift cards every 10 minutes or whatever to keep people in the room, right? That's rough competition. Yeah, Art of War is correct about that. Bargain Bonanza. I feel like I've seen that name before. You've got to be a seller, right? With a name like Bargain Bonanza. I gotta get a charger, guys. Always remember to have a charger on here. The person that said they didn't think Lone Pine. Tell us more about what you said there. Oh, like they brought the incentive way down to being sellers. I don't know. As far as buyers go, I'm surprised. Hold on, who won that bargain? I can't find their name to look at their. You mean buyers? Hold on. That's interesting. I don't know. I mean, they do have like the thing where if you guys give your code out, they get money off. I mean, I think the thing is about this app though, not enough people know about Whatnot right now. Not enough people know about live stream buying. So all those people on eBay, all those people on Mercari, and they're buying on there, or they're buying on Facebook. They would love to know about this. All those collectors. I feel like most people have no idea what Whatnot is. Do you guys agree with that? Hold on. I want to keep up with the chats here. How much do you get charged for shipping for the sticker, and what's the setup? So they sent me some of these. I use the sticker option, which I think is new now. I could be wrong, but you guys could probably see this. I know you probably can't see it. I think it's 70 cents. I think it falls under the plain old white envelope, which is like something that eBay actually. I think they were the ones that launched that for like single cards and ephemera, things like that, which makes perfect sense. So I used that category because you do so many giveaways, you don't want to keep spending $4 every time, but that's part of how it is. So giving away a sticker like this is great because it helps the buyers first of all, because if Bargain Bonanza bought something right now, the shipping would be cheaper, or at least that's how it would usually go. Hold on, let me see if I can keep up with chat here. Art of War, I'm gonna mod you. If you can't stick around, it's all good. But I'm gonna mod Art of War. Guys, follow Art of War. And Art, let us know when your next seller stream is, your seller community stream is. Hold on, let me see. Bargain Bonanza. Let's check out your profile. You said you're a new seller. Bargain Bonanza. Cindy, welcome to my store. I'll be selling a little bit of everything. My handmade items are my passion, but I will also be fumbling in beauty, electronics. All right, yeah, I like this. All right, I like that you have a full out profile here. We get to know a lot more about Cindy because she's sharing so much about herself, which is amazing. So this is awesome, Cindy. And you have a great name too, Bargain Bonanza. Oh, Bargain Bin Bonanza. I missed the bin part. Okay, love it. Bargain Bin Bonanza. Congrats on the sticker. And let's see here, guys. You'll be around a bit. Okay, cool. The shipping setup on the sticker. You need to schedule. Yeah. So I think all I did was choose the sticker category, and I think 0 to 1 ounces. I got to check after I end the show, but I'm pretty sure that it's going to be 70 cents. So we're going to also give away a pair of socks too. And what's up, Bullpup? And then I was going to start shipping some things. If you guys have questions about shipping, or like someone like Bargain Bonanza, if you have questions about being a new seller, I'd love to hear your questions about being a new seller. We can talk about really anything you guys want to talk about. This is the 25th. I've lost count. Like the 25th or 26th of these types of shows I've done. Please go to my YouTube if you can, Springer Collectibles. You can watch the other 20-some. Most of them, I think, are on there, if not all of them. Because eventually, all my past shows and yours too will get deleted off the server. So, you can watch all this. I think there's great information on there because a lot of the information was me giving info, but also the community giving back. Tons of great information. Because a lot of the times you do these shows, other sellers will come in and they'll give their tips and tricks too. Let me see here. So if you guys go to Springer Collectibles on YouTube, help me get to 500. I'm trying to get to 500 subscribers. That is a tiny amount of subscribers, but if you guys can help me, I really appreciate that. Let me see what Lone Pine said here. They need to make it compatible with media shows because it takes my buyers out of media prices. How do you mean, Lone? Maybe I don't understand what that means. I can use PayPal to get paid out for sales. Yes, you can. You can, your PayPal, unless things have changed, my PayPal is set up. I mean, I think you can actually get direct deposit. Oh yeah, Art of War, that's why Art of War is the mod. But yeah, that's the easiest part, Bullpup. That's been around since the beginning. I don't see the option anywhere. But as a seller, I don't know what it's like to be a new seller now. So it's only Stripe or PayPal, says Art of War. I mean, once your PayPal set up, Bullpup, even as a buyer, I think the same will apply as a seller. Am I wrong about that? I haven't looked at mine in like 3 years now. You can't ship anything but media in got it. So you're saying they need to add media, the media mail is what Lone's saying. That seems like it would be like a no-brainer and be up next, Only gives option for Stripe. That's interesting, Bullpup. I wonder if Art knows that. Do people even have, I don't think people have reps anymore, do they, Art of War? Like when I came on here, we had someone we could contact. But they have good seller support, and they also have a Discord. So, Bullpup, these sounds like no reps. These sound like things that you would need to go through Discord if you're not, or seller support. Seller support would be good too. Who raided? I love a raid. Raids are the best, guys. Reworker's Passion with the party 10. Thank you. Reworker's Passion. Guys, follow Reworker's Passion. Let's do that other giveaway. Perfect timing for the socks. What are those green? Oh, what do these green sponges mean? Or what are those? Are those dollar signs? I can't tell what they are. I really need glasses. Hold on. I think I have glasses here. Soap. She was selling soap. All right. So we're selling soap. We're in the community. Thank you, Reworkers. That means a lot. Seriously, it makes all the difference. A raid can change the whole course of your stream. Z Connection, thanks for coming in. I got your order ready to ship. I appreciate you. It should be there, says Art of War. Let's see if I can read now. Okay, I know. Dude. I said to the, you know what I said to the eye doctor? I said, I was telling him how I do this streaming thing, and I was trying to explain, like, I'm always looking at my phone, which is stupid. You should be using, like, a computer or something bigger. I was like, is that's why maybe my eyesight's gotten so bad? He's like, no, it's just age. That's it. He said, it's nothing to do with that. I was like, are you sure? I am. He's like, he's like all snarky. I am the optometrist here. Not you. Get off your ChatGPT and listen to me. But it's age, So I got a new, I almost said subscription. I got a new prescription. I just haven't done it yet. And they make it so easy now too, right? You put it in the app for Warby Parker, and then you can just do like the fake try-on thing, like the what do they call it? What do kids do on Snapchat? Need to go too. Yeah, I put that off so long going to the eye doctor. Hey, wait, what was I trying to say? It's the oh my god, filters. Anyway, you can do filter. You literally can put the glasses on and look at them. Anyway, nearsighted focus. This is like over 40 talk now. Welcome to Gen X. I can't believe I'm getting old talk with John. How am I 46 with John? Welcome. We get that. That would probably get like 100 people in here if I just started talking about how. I think Gen Xers, and I don't know, maybe the other generations thought this too. We don't think of ourselves as old ever. Am I right about that? I just think we're, especially on this app, like everyone who's like a collector is. Oh, I twisted the giveaway. Sorry. Is like still a kid, and you can tell because your wife probably yells at you all the time about that. I imagine for the collectors. I feel bad for the collectors. If you have 51, I'm like 30. Exactly, Fairy. Half of us are unemployed. What is that, loans? So what better do we have to do with our time and try to sell stuff on whatnot? I love that. It's all the mindset. I agree. I love this topic. I'm 55. I'm not old. My knees are old. Oh man, 5 rings. I hear that. I'll give them the socks away, but I still don't think I can't explain. Just like what what's it called? Said they're 51, but they're really 30. I feel the exact same way. But then when we were younger, I feel like we looked at like 35-year-olds like they were like 50, and the grandparents, they look like grandparents. Gen X here, 48. There we go. We're the bridge generation between. And I always say that too, Romero. Romero, you don't listen. This is a random question. Maybe other people. You don't listen to. You ever heard of Covino and Rich by chance, Romero? Because we always call it the in-between generation. You're right. Because I would say we learned on a typewriter. But okay, never mind. They're guys around our age. They were on Sirius XM for a while. But anyway, so it's like we learned on a typewriter, but at the same time, computers were just coming out, right? So you got 3 minutes on the give you. And so we kind of seen both. Like I would hand in papers on a typewriter, but at the same time, we were like the first to have AOL as like a teenager. So it's kind of weird. Yeah. And yeah, I have friends that didn't keep up at all with this stuff, and they're clueless about things, and they had to like really adapt. Yeah, it went from Atari to like PlayStation, right, Romero? And they had to adapt, like, and learn this kind of stuff. And some of them don't even use like ChatGPT, which makes me like boggles my mind. People don't use things like that. 60 and still working to pay the bills. User, I hear that. That's horrible to feel that way. But this is a good place to make some money. Let's see if user has 5 stars. Epic Collections. Friends, I sell skate shoes and skate brands like America ES. I've never heard of any of this. Skate shoes. Is that like slick shoes? Oh, my like Goonies people like that one. Skate shoes, like the shoes with the skates like underneath, like skateboarding. I think I saw like a YouTube short where they had skate shoes on. Let's see. I'm 60 and still working to pay blah blah blah. Remember the Doodlebug on I don't remember Doodlebug. I was only 4, I think, or I was programming in 9th grade. Bugging. There you go. You're way ahead of that. So yeah, the in-between generation. It's like we had every media too, right? At the right age. So it's a weird age. Like you went from like records to tapes. You did it all, CDs, and I think we saw like such a rapid change in technology more than any, at the right ages, if that makes sense. Anyway, but I do remember getting an email in college. Like, they wanted to give me an email address, and I was like, I don't know if you guys remember your mindset about email then, but my mindset on email is like, what do I need that shit for? Like, that's like for like computer nerds and stuff. I don't need an email. That's how like new it was, if that makes sense. That makes perfect sense. Did you just do a Back to the Future Marty reference there? The joys of the card catalog and the Dewey Decimal System. Another good example, Fairy. Right, we got to do that, and then the computer. It's amazing. Oh, but sure, it makes perfect sense. When I kiss you, it's like kissing my brother. They're all skate brands for skateboarding. User, hold on, watch this. Ready? Hold on. I don't know about CompuServe. Zero R McFly. Yes, I didn't wear my red one today. Hold on. Wait, check this out. I sold a skateboard on here, but look what I still have left. You're gonna be the one person who maybe will appreciate this. Hold on. Watch, they're not even here now. What did I do with them? Yes. Here's one. Ready? Cursive. Oh, another good one. Fairy's on a roll. Fairy's on a roll. You're right. But I have an even better one. Hold on. I sold one, the Gator board. Remember the guy that committed murder? That guy? Hold on. I think he got out, maybe. I have a Mike McGill here somewhere. Now I can't find it. The Mike McGill is the best one, as you know. You sell that. How much? I wonder how much these are worth. I figured someone needs to restore this thing. It's from like 1985, probably. It needs to be restored. It's got Bam Bam trucks and all that. Steve Caballero, is that his name? You have Pokemon. Okay, what you sell? Got it. You got a show coming up? It's exactly. I agree, Lone Pine. You know what kind of skateboard Marty had in Back to the Future? He had a Gator board too, I believe. I think he had a Gator Towski or whatever. I believe, if I'm not mistaken. There he is. We got 6 seconds for the Gibby. I did see Whatnot pushing emails out regarding taxes and Stripe. Oh, I don't know anything about that one. Thrasher boards, nice. Bugging Out right now. You won the socks. Congratulations to Bugging Out. Where's that other skateboard? It's not a big deal if I don't find it, but it'd be nice to find it. Thank you guys for hanging out. I was gonna ship some stuff, but I like talking about whatever's going on, especially with new sellers too. Bullpup. So Bullpup, what are you selling? Bullpen said Whatnot is. Whoa, is that right? Art of War? Then what do we do about if you're on PayPal? Does that mean I'm gonna get disconnected? Unless you. Wow, that's interesting. I wonder why they would do that. But can't you just get a direct deposit anyway into your bank account? Grandfathered in, yes. Thanks, Bullpup. Great information. See, when you haven't checked on this stuff in a while, you don't know. New sellers are Stripe only, says Fairy God Possum. Wait, Fairy God Opossum. Let's see what Fairy God Opossum sells. One person's trash, another's treasure. That's right, Angela. Mona, Jonathan. Oh, I gotta plug in here. Vintage costume jewelry. I feel like that's a big category on here. Is like vintage decor and costume jewelry and stuff. Best place to get shipping supplies. That is a great question, Sniper. I would say it's gonna be local. If you want to save the most money, because the last thing you want to do is spend money on shipping with supplies, right? But it depends what supplies you're talking about. I mean, Amazon, you can't go wrong with. If you can do price shopping, and if you have Prime, you'll get free shipping. Hold on, I'm trying to get my charger to work. Oh, good call, Billy. Yeah, get as much free stuff as you can from USPS, especially like the priority boxes that are not flat rate, for example. If you can get those in your local USPS, they're free. Hold on. Because if you're not using flat rate, you can't use flat rate boxes, but you can use the regional. Hey, so if you have priority shipments, these are free. So that's great advice, right there. Get as much free stuff as you can. Like, I know people that get stuff from like big box stores. They'll get boxes. I'm in a commercial building. I ask the neighbors for boxes sometimes. Flat rate boxes are like. So Whatnot does. You could do flat rate shipping is one of the options in shipping. Art of War, I'll talk about that too. Oh, why are they forcing stripes? I missed it. Should everyone be listing all their items in the auctions tab? Or running whatever. I mean, I'd say Bugging Out. What I would do is do as much as you can as far as listing into the shop, and then take the stuff that's in your shop and load that up, like import that inventory, in my opinion. And it depends on the show. Yeah, Art of War's always got the great answers. That's why Art of War. This would be is this a flat rate? Nope, that's another domestic. Hold on. Yeah, look it up. Just do a quick Google to see about flat rate. There's flat rate, large flat rate. So you cannot use this for just a regular priority thing. You know what I'm saying? Just doing random. Yeah, if it's random, Stripe is like another version of PayPal, right? It's another like not electronic e-banking company, whatever you want to call it, right? Or is it transactions? I forgot what the word is. Processing, credit card processing, middleman. There you go, bugging out. Thank you. Hold on, I gotta get another charger cord. I should just do another giveaway. Hold on. Keeps track of tax info too. Interesting. Man, this thing eats up your phone. I wish they could figure out how to fix that. If you wait till Black for fantastic shipping spots on other platforms. Yeah, I mean, that's true. I think, I mean, some of the stuff I get from Amazon, honestly, like, if you have, it all depends on how much you're selling in volume. Like, my old business, like, we would negotiate pricing, but that was based on the volume. When I'm just a lone pine seller, you know, like these things, I love using these, so I try to get the cheapest ones I can find on Amazon. They're still decent quality. So you really have to do your research of what are you shipping, what kind of supplies you need. Like these come from Uline, right? But I found a local box company, like it's been around for like 50 years, and they get like the odds and ends from companies like Uline, and then they resell them like way cheaper. So I think I got these for like, 20 cents each, but they normally sell for like 75 cents to $1 each. And also I didn't have to pay shipping, but I did have to drive out there. So it really depends. Thank you so much, Romero. So it's kind of like you got to talk about each individual thing that you need. There are certain things you can get for free. Just take advantage of those as much as you can. These for sending cards? Oh, you're asking about cards? I mean, for cards, you just need, like, if you do the plain old envelope shipping, you just need the standard business envelope, 4x9. I'm missing all the chats, so I can't see the misuse of supplies and stuff. They're using Stripe because Pay didn't send 10. Whoa. That's in Art of War. Where'd you learn that from? I really got to get a charger. Hold on. Can get free box from UPS and use covers. Yeah, I know. Yeah. I wouldn't want to abuse the system either, but I understand where they're coming from. Let's see. Whatnot article states that. Okay, thanks, Art. Regarding taxes, yeah. Let me do another. We were going to ship some boxes, but I guess there's no point in shipping boxes, except that I have to get some orders out. Is the only point. I was going to ship some G.I. Joe figures today from the last stream, but also, I mean, if you're in a pinch and you need a lot of supplies quickly, Uline's and if you can buy in bulk, and just if you have room to store things, you could go with Uline also, because even though the shipping's going to cost you a lot. Actually, wait, they do free shipping over a certain amount of money, though, I think, too. If we can write off our phone bill, I think that's a question for your, for your accountant. But I would say, why not? Of course, because anything that you're using that's in conjunction with your business, it's if you have an LLC set up. Like I always joke that if I get a manicure because my hands are on camera, like I'm putting that on my business card. How would I not do that? You know what I mean? So I think anything that's part of your business, I think there's no reason you can't write that off. But don't take my word for it. Ask your accountant, I would say, or ask ChatGPT. Future Nostalgia, that's a cool name. Let's see, any shows coming up? You got 11/22 at 11 p.m. Figma Figures show. See, everyone, it's so amazing how many different sellers are on here. Like, I've never heard of Figma, but I'm sure it's super popular. Let's see. Depends on state, too. That's true. But I think anything that you're using for your business and you have your LLC set up or your sole proprietorship or whatever you have set up and use a business card, and you're connected to, let's say, QuickBooks, you can make that an expense. I think it's totally justifiable. And it's not like the items that you mentioned are, would be a surprising thing that would raise any red flags. Like your Wi-Fi, for sure, right? You need a good Wi-Fi connection to do what we're doing. As an example, I really have to go get a charger, guys. This charger is always have a good charger cord around. My charger cord looks like a dog ate it or something. I don't know what's going on with it. But yeah, these bricks are clutch too. Flat rate settings, it'll be set. Yeah, $877. And then you get this flat rate boxes for free, so you'll save a lot of money on that. But then there's the trade-off, right? Art of War, you might have to pay some out-of-pocket shipping through Whatnot, right? If you don't have the buyers pay for shipping. Let's go get another charger. Maybe we'll just take a walk. so we can keep talking and I'll get a charger at the same time. We can take a field trip. Let's see. I'm definitely going to go live later today, guys. I got a lot of cool ephemera recently. Here we go. Art of War, I was contemplating. I thought I saw a guy doing this using like a GoPro. So I could just keep it like on my head or something like that. While not so it's facing the items every time, right? People do that. I just so I could set up OBS. Art of War, do you use OBS at all? Hold on. I used to use OBS all the time, and then you don't. I feel like it's definitely worth using. That's if you're wondering, like, if you're going to a Pokemon show, guys, and you see, or a sports card show, and you see like their one screen at the top, one camera with the guys looking at the camera, and the other screen is like their hands opening the packs. That's using OBS most likely. And you can do different graphics, you can do different effects using OBS. But you can't use OBS with, like, let's say a Chromebook. You need a PC or a Mac. All right, I think I'm plugged in now. Thank you guys for hanging out. Let's see, we're gonna pack a few orders up. I have all these sports cards too that we need to sell. A lot of sports cards coming in. We buy collections often. And I gotta charge up, hold up. Let's get plugged in here, guys. Thanks for your patience. So yeah, I was gonna ship a few action figures. Does anyone sell action figures in here, or small items? I could show you how I ship small items, which is probably the thing I do the most. I probably sold like 20, I don't know, like 15,000 action figures on here, something like that. And I had no background in any of that except being a kid playing with 80s toys. But you learn a lot from your buyers, guys. So don't be afraid to try new categories. And then don't be nervous that you don't know much about it. Like, if you have good inventory, those collectors will show up and they will buy, and they would love to talk shop and, help you out. Pokemon to sell for my kids' toys. Oh, there you go. Now, what is the Pokemon from? Because if you don't know much about Pokemon, you definitely want to look. Are they toys or cards? You definitely want to do a little research on that before you give the farm away. Well, Art of War, you have the best ideas for fast 1,000 sales. Do you want to bring it up, right? Or are you saying you want to hear it from other people or from me? Because I think you had the best idea I heard. You were just running and running. Cards. So, user, do you know much about them, or do your kids know much about those cards? Because, there's certain ones, obviously, that are worth a lot more depending on how old your kids are and when they collected and whether they're hollow or not hollow. Okay. So, user, download the app. I don't want to throw you down a rabbit hole, but TCG. Well, I'll get you a faster way of doing it, I think. TCG Player, Art of War, right? TCG Player. You can scan the cards so fast, it's ridiculous. Just be careful. Sometimes they re-release cards, so you might think, oh my God, I have a $500 card, but really it could be like the re-release of that. And make sure it's, when they give you values. And so you can double check it. But the hollows, you also have to make sure they're hollows. When they're giving the prices, they kind of are specific about it. Yeah, TCG Player, I think. It's probably the most popular scan app for Pokemon, and same thing for Magic the Gathering. Is it TCG? I think so, right? 300. Art of War, that's amazing. Yeah, isn't it TCG? Art of War, TCG. Oops. Tape gun, gotta have tape guns. If you don't have a tape gun, let's see. Cross-reference TCG. Yeah, there you go. Oh, I got you. Yeah, it's good to cross-reference, but if he just wants to get, like, you can literally make yourself a inventory of what you have, and you can export it into, or it automatically imports into an Excel sheet. You can export it as an Excel sheet if you really wanted to do that. That's a whole other thing. Price charting is the biggest thing in there, right? So you can see if you have anything good or not. I would start with the hollows too. Woodstocker, what's going on? How you doing? Just to check what year they are too. Maybe like just do like a cursory lookup to see if there's anything valuable within those sets. I guess the most, some of the most valuable stuff is going to be the earlier stuff, the late 90s, the what's it called? The stuff that was made by Nintendo. Why am I drawing a blank on that? Art of War. It's WOTC. WOTC. But there's like full arts and that kind of stuff. So I love using paper, by the way. That's cheaper and it takes up less space than bubble. And I think it does just as good of a job, if not better, in some cases, because I think you can really fill all the void up with it. And sometimes bubble smells too if you reuse bubble paper. I guess the same thing with paper, yeah. So paper's great. I remember when Amazon used to use paper, I was like, that's the way to do it. And then if you're selling action figures, you cannot, to collectors, you cannot send them in one of these or they will hate you. All right, so I have smaller boxes. These I think I got off Amazon actually, pretty cheap. There's different kinds of boxes. You can save money by getting, like, if you look on Uline, for example, they will have 200-pound test boxes, which are more expensive. Or you can get the other ones. They are, hold on, what are they called? ECT. I forgot what ECT stands for, but ECT is going to save you money. You don't need to have these, like, serious boxes. So if you are looking at a real box company, go for the ECT to save money, in my opinion, unless you're shipping something really fragile or something. It's extra, you know what I mean, if you're buying boxes. So maybe that's something people don't know. The corrugate, how thick the corrugate is what I'm talking about. And most people don't even think about that. Obviously, you want to reuse boxes if you can to save money. There's no reason to not save money doing that, as long as the box isn't all crusty and nasty, and I think people understand that. But let's ship this guy here. So this takes like a second to ship. Online, let's see, they send me anime figures in bubble mailers. Big seller too. Are you surprised, Art of War, they do that? Like, that's crazy, right? Now, I know in the vintage figure community, that's a no-no. They break all the time. That makes no sense. How a big seller could actually do that. Very surprising. To me, that says a lot. Like, maybe they're not as knowledgeable, as big as you think if they're doing something like that. That's a huge, they have no idea how much they're probably screwing themselves over by doing that. So hopefully they're getting the feedback through reviews that tells them not to do that anymore. As soon as, like, the first thing I did when I started selling like G.I. Joes, I think I asked the community, how do you guys ship these? How do you expect to receive them? I did the same thing with Hot Wheels. When I started, I had a huge Hot Wheels collection to sell, and I did the same thing. I asked the diecast community, I said, what do you guys expect when I sell you a $25, whatever, 50, where's like the line where you say I have to put this in a special case? They gave me a different advice, and one of the things which could be obvious to a collector was you need to buy these. So they expect you, if they spend X amount, it should come in a case. That's just one example of many. Now I'm sure there's other categories like shoes. This blew my mind. I ordered some shoes from a shoe seller, and I want to read your chats in a second. Big shoe seller, no box. Just here, ready? Listen to this. This sound makes me, as a shipper and a seller, makes me so sick. Listen to this sound. Ready? Hold on. You hear that? That's the sound of no one giving a rat's ass about what they're shipping. How messed up is that? Like, not even a piece of paper, nothing, just a box. Like, the laziness behind that is, and I'm not gonna go on and give a bad review. Maybe I should. I just don't like doing that. Maybe I would give them a chance to. I'll reach out and tell them, like, you can't ship like this. What are you doing? And they didn't even use packing tape. Like, look at this tape. This is, I'm not going to nitpick about this, but use packing tape. What is this shit? Just saying. Anyway, I just can't believe it. People are, so you said it's a really big seller and they're doing that. That's terrible. Like, over 500,000 sales, multiple accounts? I don't get that, Art of War. That's crazy. If you send something out and it breaks, how much more stress and time do you waste having to replace that? Maybe you lose the buyer too. Like, that's a killer. To not ship it right the first time, Oh, I love that Woodstocker. That's such a good topic. Hold on, I'll tell you in a second. And I know people have gotten some funny stuff. That was weird. They'll just ban you. I got to read back. Oh, to leave bad reviews, they'll ban you. That's a terrible practice by a seller. Absolutely terrible. I was at a luxury person, a poly mailer. Says Crystal moving. Oh my God, how much was that Crystal moving? I think I lost everybody. I really wanted to read those chats too. How can they even do? How can they think that's okay? I had a big seller send a watch in a non-bubble mailer, even wrapped in paper. I don't get that. Art, I hear that. I think you're totally right. I can't believe what Crystal just said and what Fairy just said about what they received. Let's see. And Lone said I got a media in box like bouncing around all the time, and I'm like, they're supposed to be collector's items, guys. Yeah, it's no respect for the hobby that they're in. I received my items in a pamper box. Let's see. It gets down. I mean, at least if it's Sniper, if it got there in good condition, I'm happy about that. But still, I get it. That's a little much. You know, just a regular box here. Hold on. All right, let's see. It gets damaged, especially there's slip covers. Yeah, it just doesn't make sense. Thank you, user, for telling everyone to stay. The silliest package, somebody already mentioned one. I got something a while back in a cereal box or like a Fig Newton box or graham cracker or something like that. Let's see. They don't care because they're just big, just like big companies. They care about making money. Crystal, that's really interesting. I mean, what kind of how much did you spend on that bag? That's just bad practice. Like, I don't get that. When you get bigger like that, you should get better at your processes, though. That's the odd thing, Crystal. The bigger you get, the better you should get at your processes because you can't scale if you can't get the basics right, like your fundamentals right. I received my items in a pamper box. Okay. It's poly wrap. I got stuff in a sardine box once, and it smelled like fish. Oh my God, that's terrible. Can you form a train raid? I want to sell my video games. I mean, you definitely want to get into a raid train. I'm probably the worst person to try to organize a raid train. For those that kind of know me in here, like some of the guys that know me, Data 3, I'm like the person that needs to come on like at the end when they're like, we need one more spot. Can you do it? I'm like, what time is it? They're like, the exact time that you can only do it. Okay, I got you. I'll do it. Scaled sellers employ people to ship equals quality control. Yeah, I mean, you just have to have, what's it called? Standard operating procedure. Like, I'm not going to we don't have to get too technical or serious about it, but like, you have to have some sort of like basic operating procedure, not sending a luxury bag in a poly mailer or the shoes that I still can't believe this. A shoe seller sending it like that. Like, what if these were like really expensive shoes? I just can't believe they would do that. What if it got wet or something too? Like, just the whole thing doesn't make sense. Like, you're just taking zero, you're giving zero. That says to me you give zero, about the product you're selling or the people you're shipping it to. Does it not? Am I overthinking that? Or I think that's what it says. Guru Garbage, welcome. Scaled sellers and okay. So let's ship a couple more orders. But it's tough. It's crazy to me that a luxury bag seller would do something like that. By the way, that's what you said. That's wild. So for the G.I. Joe figures, I like to put them in little bags first. That's a little rule. You got to do that. I think that's why Whatnot's moving customer service to sellers. The Art of War, I'm still confused about that. I have to do more. Not a return customer. They lost somebody that could have been a great customer. Terrible way to run a business, Ferry. Terrible way. And you may be one of those people that doesn't. It's almost worse for them that you don't tell them about it. If they're not going to fix, if they're the type of seller that's going to fix it. Now, there's sellers out there, like you guys said, that don't care and they just keep moving on. And, it's almost like I'd rather have a bad review so I can fix it than no review at all and never hear from them again. All right, I think I'm back. Am I back? Can you guys hear me? So, yeah, take shipping really seriously, I think, is like the bottom line here. Crystal says, I also had a seller send 2 Louis Vuitton lock and keys in a manila envelope? What? Of course, the envelope was empty. Oh my God, that's the worst I've ever heard. Crystal, that's just awful. Hold on. Crystal moving, are you selling? I'm trying to look. That person shouldn't be selling on here, honestly, like someone like that. You shouldn't be selling in any platform, is what I should say. Hold on, I'm trying to fix this. Crystal's moving is not a seller. I was just taking a look. Let's see. After your ex-partner sent out some terrible stuff, I always imagine people will be recording their unboxing, so I take my time. No, Woodstocker, great point. A lot of people do unboxings. You're right, and like they're excited about it. They're like, "Look what I just got from this seller." A lot of people. That's a really good point, Woodstocker. If somebody does an unboxing, could you imagine that? And like, I mean, you just said it. I can't even. I'm speechless. How smart that was. Yeah. Did you get your money back? That's terrible. It's so easy to do to ship something right too. It's not like it's hard. Do you know what I mean? That is appalling. And speaking of your part of that, Woodstocker, cigarettes. If you send anything with cigarette smells or other substances that are now normal, you just don't do that. It makes no sense. It's disgusting. The seller said she put the locks in a Ziploc bag inside a manila envelope that was not sealed. And then what? I don't even understand that. Like they used the manila envelope as like the shipping container, like as the envelope, like that. What? So they just sent. What kind of? That's insane. So it's like me shipping. It's like no different than if I shipped like this Tupperware with nothing. Like here's just a piece of Tupperware, and I'm gonna throw this tennis ball in it. Hopefully it gets to you. Like it's not different than that. I don't. That's wild. Wow. Is this person still selling one here? That's literally. I'm gonna use that story. That's like literally the worst story I've ever heard in shipping. I think even the post people must have been like, "Are you effing kidding me? How did this even get into our system?" When I ship my breakables, it looks like I worked for the castle. It is silly safe. Yeah, I know exactly. Is anyone the cartel? I couldn't. I was trying to autocorrect that one in my head. I couldn't do it. Does anyone use insurance or signature options? I've done that Art of War for like. I've had a couple really high end items sell, and I had to do that. Like I couldn't imagine not doing that. I had an Aaron Judge rookie that I sold, and I definitely did insurance on that and a signature required for sure. Like how could I not? On that, that's irreplaceable. It's literally like it was like only 150 of them exist, and it's numbered. If you lose that, forget about it. Forget about it. All right, so I got an order right here. So these figures, I like to put them in either these bags, the little zippy zips, and I like them to be clean and make sure they don't smell. Right reselling. How much was it to do? I don't remember. It's some sort of formula, but it was well worth it. It was probably like $10 or something with signature and insurance off the top of my head, because I think the card was like an $800 card. What's wrong? What's wrong? We got Destros. That's 4. Let's see, 5, 6 items. Then we check the work order, of course. So we have 6 items. We got 6 items. We're good. You want to ship. You want to try to keep everything separate so you don't mix orders up and get not mines, which is the worst thing you can do. Oh, clean bags. Okay, I gotcha. Yeah, you got to use clean bags. All right, so collectors like them in individual bags. You got your money. I hope you got your money back. It's crazy. I hope they wrote you like an apology letter or something too. I have larger orders. Too many. I have larger orders too, so may consider that. Yeah, I mean, there's nothing wrong with covering your butt on those kind of things. For larger orders, can be complicated, but like something as simple as cutting up cardboard can go a long way to protecting the order. Like having scrap cardboard around is huge. Besides the paper, and you can kind of make little sections. I'll even box something up in like a small box like this if it's breakable, and put it in the big box. So like I was shipping some glass the other day, and I put all the glass, wrapped all the glass up in bubble wrap or paper, and then put that inside the box. So it was like its own little shipping. Let's see, Moms That Hustle, nice name. Advice on keeping my chat rolling. Great question already. When a big wholesaler decides to do oh no, it's becoming a thing. Interesting. I didn't even think about that, Moms. I don't pay attention to that. Maybe I should. Great question. That's a hard one, Art, isn't it? I put my things down, flip it, and reverse it. It's marketing to be farmed yet. Let's see, isn't that like the backwards version? Hey y'all, it's Denise, also known as did you like how I said hey y'all, by the way? Hold on. A hustling mommy bringing you fab deals on everything. All right, I love your profile here already. Obsessed with makeup, skincare. This is great. That's a good question, guys. What do you think, Art of War? I think you just have to keep. Man, so they're leaving. I mean, how about buyer giveies? First of all, make sure before you set it up, Moms That Hustle, get a buyer's givey in there to that'll keep them in the room, hopefully, right? That's one thing that came to mind. I don't know about, the dollar starts, that's tough. Sometimes a smaller stream, though, they can get better deals and they'll get more of your personalized attention than a bigger stream where there's so much more competition. But you're right, we can't control them swiping either. So it starts with your inventory. Obviously, you want to be a good seller and someone that's engaging, that people want to stay around and watch and listen to while you're selling. But if your inventory is as good as these big guys, that's number one. So lead with good inventory, I would think, right? Let's see. Big price order. What do you sell? Yeah, what do you sell? Good question there. Reading her profile isn't going to help with the answer. But I want to see what she sells reselling. That's something Whatnot should work on. Let's see. I'm in the beauty category. Silly skincare. There we go. Find a way to differentiate yourself. Yeah, so you almost need a long game. I saw someone last night. Great idea she had. You could do something like this. She was selling something she made or whatever, in Disney. She makes these foils, right? And she would have the first. Someone here? Oh.
Hello, my dear.
Hello. Sorry, 1 second. Yeah, it's the photo lab. Yeah.
I would like one. You can't help me.
Let me see if Andrew's here. He could Andrew, can you help her? Thanks. All right, guys. Sorry, I'm my friend's store here. All right. Not about differentiating. They run dollar starts on items that don't cost $1. Let's see. Cosmetics. Okay, so what this seller did, I thought was a good idea. You have to keep building your audience, first of all, which is consistent. I feel like I'm a broken record for everybody else, but consistent shows so people know when to find you. I kind of did that accidentally. I was doing shows every night at 10 p.m., and I built a nice audience, some very loyal, faithful, awesome people in the G.I. Joe community. But you definitely keep them engaged. But what this seller did was every X amount of sales, she would do a buyer's givey. So I don't know if you can do something like that just to keep people in there. The mystery shows, maybe do more of a show where you're doing games and prizes and things like that to keep them in the room. I think is what you're saying about keeping them in the room. But otherwise, you gotta just keep working like you're doing, like you're hustling. That it's in your name. So keep. One thing I did not do that I regret is networking. Definitely keep networking with your community. So that way, and I'm gonna tell you all the obvious stuff, but network within your community. Visit those other shows. Visit the big shows. Contribute to those big shows. I think that'll help you become visible within that community more, and then hopefully you can kind of connect with that audience by being part of theirs. Give back to them basically, so you can hopefully get in return. Does that make sense? Let's see. You have relationships with a lot of amazing people here. Yeah, and maybe moms. What'll happen? I would hope. It was a dream for any smaller seller is getting a huge raid from somebody like that, right? And I don't know how that works. I always wonder, are people paying for some of these big raids? It always kind of boggles my mind when the big ones raid the big ones, but that's not my business, obviously. But it would be, they have things worked out. Maybe that's why they do it. Who knows? Fairy God, great point about being yourself. Not everyone's for everyone. That's totally true. Some people like the smaller streams. I might be missing that in the chats here. Let's see. If you can't compete with dollar starts, offer something unique is what Art says. Can improve sourcing, make connections, few ideas. Yeah, you guys are all giving great feedback, of course. I can see how frustrating that is for sure. Also, you might need to find different times, moms. A lot of those bigger sellers, you said a pop-up. Never mind. You can't control a pop-up. It's hard to compare with people who buy items cheaper than you, who run them cheaper than you. That's why storage units are hot pennies. Yeah, reselling has a good reality check for all of us there. It's true. Let's see. Be yourself. All great advice. Not big on buyer's giveaways. They've already purchased. Got it. But a thank you gift in a package is great too. The only reason I was recommending the buyer giveaway. A couple reasons. One, you kind of reward them for being a buyer, which is amazing, instead of just a standard Gibby Goblin type giveaway, and it hopefully keeps them engaged in the show until the end of the show. So she's not losing those buyers to this other pop-up seller. So they have something to look forward to at the end, or whenever she does the buyer's givey. Hopefully they'll be there for it. They want to be there for that buyer's givey because they have a free chance to win something really nice. Hopefully. Let's see. But you make a good point. Big raid sellers talk via text off-site. Reselling, I believe you. I'm frustrated too. Mom's hustle. I'm doing bags tonight, hoping to have sale. All right. We should give these wholesalers separate platform. It's interesting thought there. I personally shop. Let's see, and want to sell as well. Should I establish separate accounts? Yeah. Well, Sniper Boy, that's a tough question. If you already have like a following and people already know that name, you might want to keep that. But also, if you have a certain name for your business that you want to go by, I don't know if you want to go by Sniper Boy V. I don't know. So that depends on that too. It really depends what you have on your account right now. I'd say that's tough. I think you do want to. It wouldn't be a bad thing to separate your personal buying account from your selling account for sure. Let's see. I run all the time. They just pop up and bam, buyer's gone. Interesting. Let's see. Hang out and interact with competitor streams. Exactly. Oh, yeah. Art of War's right. He keeps telling me to do that. You can manipulate the Whatnot algorithm. Definitely talk more on that if you can. Storage units are on Whatnot. Oh, you didn't know that? Woodstocker storage units are huge. I actually am confused about some of these storage unit sellers, how they get such good storage units. It blows my mind. Like, it's impressive. All I see are mattresses and TVs from 2006 when I look at a storage unit. Oh yeah, I mean there's so many categories in here. Woodstocker. There's like food. There's I don't know. There's everything. I don't know what else to say. There's like 200 categories of Woodstocker. I know Woodstocker was on this app really early, just trying to be consistent. Each day gets better. Nice, Fairy. There's no manipulation of the Whatnot algorithms. It's reselling. No, Art of War has a good point. He's right. Art of War's got to tell reselling what's up because he's right. It may not seem like there definitely is. There's a reason. Like Joe Hollywood was the example that if I can give you why he's doing all these things in other people's streams that aren't even his category. He probably should do it in just his category because he's becoming more into people's algorithm. Basically, if he's in that show and he's giving away the $500, whatever he's doing, or he's giving away all those prizes and he's buying things, he'll probably show up in the people who follow that seller's feed, is what I think Art's saying. There absolutely is. Make it work for you. Their article states that directly. I'm telling you, reselling, listen to Art of War. So it's in big lots? No, Woodstocker, there's an estate sale and storage unit category. So I guess what reselling was saying is that when someone buys a unit like that, their average cost per item is so low they can run dollar starts and not, versus somebody that's selling collections or wholesale stuff. I used to do a lot better before they screwed up all the categories. Yeah. Which category is that, Lone? I know what you mean. Japan porn. That's not all he sells. Fair enough. That's not all he sells. He did it with Pokemon and proved it. I have a question. Where can I find garage sale with really cheap Joes? Go back to 1997, Joe Tara. Garage sales back then, you probably would have done them. Let's see. All those recommend shows that pop up in your feed are due to algo. Art of War's right. He's right. The recommendation for the For You page, hold on, is purely based on categories you follow. Under handcrafted, there's art and prints and homemade clothing for woodworking. All right, Joe Tara, tell us how it is and put some money on Michael Jordan and the Bulls for me against Utah. Change your name and buy some Amazon stock too while you're there. Change your name on current account, then to Snowboy. Okay. Need to follow people again. Yeah. I don't know. Tough questions there. I don't want to get everybody all, up in arms, up in man in arms, but I do believe in what Art of War's saying, reselling. It wouldn't be. It's not really a secret. I think he's saying it's more of like he took the time to read all the terms and stuff, which he does. Yeah, I'm telling you, Art of War has been right about all this stuff reselling. He has hustled his way in. You know who else? I'd like to get Brady's Collectibles on here. I feel like whatever he's doing right. I don't know what he's doing, but he went from just becoming a seller to getting 125 people in one of his sports card streams, which seems like impossible. So I think maybe he could talk about it too. But it's been amazing. This is Art of War. I'm telling you, try it out. Reselling. I don't know. I believe him. I don't know why, but I do. Let me get another box here. If anyone's shipping without a tape gun, you got to get a tape gun. Okay, you can also, let's see what he says here. Have them go in a different category and show it actually work. It's something people tell themselves to say. Well, I mean, there's a lot of other factors. I don't think Art of War is saying that's the only thing. It can also work the other way. If you don't want your buyers to find other streams, don't hang out there. Yeah, everyone follow everyone. Let's see. I don't know Joe Hollywood if he didn't come into the state category. Thank you, Fairy God. Exactly. That's one reason. I bet you he came up into your what's it called? Into your algorithm or whatever. I'm so sorry. Into your For You. I bet. I'm just looking. Once he does, I'm pretty sure that's if Art of War can confirm that. I'm pretty sure that's one of the things that they go in all these other people's shows. Now I don't know why he would do it in categories that aren't his. Actually, I don't get that really. But you're right. You would not know who he is. Like I would. He's mainly sells in sports cards, so I don't really understand why he goes into like storage unit shows. But maybe that's something I don't really get. There could be more to it. But look, at the end of the day, it's all about what kind of inventory you have. For, leave with inventory. I would think. Do you not agree with that reselling? You still have sold more than Joe Hollywood. Yeah, but I've also been on here a longer time than him, probably, right? Let's see. So here's an example. I have a friend I support here, and she's been selling beads. Okay, crafty stuff. I don't follow the category. I don't buy. Let's see. I'm gonna do a skateboard show. I want to sell those boards. Yeah, and figure out the shipping setup. Yeah, skateboards. That's a tough shipping setup. You definitely need to research that first before you go on there, because skateboards. That's going to be maxing out probably the size of the boxes, I would think, for the dimensional weight. Look up dimensional weight if you don't know about that. But my feed has recommended shows on beads and focus now. Great point, Art of War. All right. Oh, what was Crystal's idea? Let's see. I missed the idea she said. Oh, okay, change your name. Got it. Okay, all that. Let's see. I'm glad that worked out. See, the community's always helping the community here. I'm going to do a skateboard show. I'm catching up to the chats. Good inventory is definitely key, reworkers. Good inventory, because I mean, it starts there, and maybe, sometimes it confuses me too, because I'm like, man, I have like the stuff that I have is great, but I don't have people watching. If my stuff was on such and such a show, and I actually tried to prove that by having Corey Mannix sell for me before whatever controversies came out. Nicest guy, so I have nothing bad to say at all. He's a complete awesome, nice guy, and it worked out well. But he was selling my stuff on his stream, and it did so much better. I would not have gotten some of the prices that he got. So it can be frustrating. So even with good inventory, you still have to get that audience, and you still have to build that consistency. Now, he definitely did it through consistency and networking for sure. So many things that work in his favor. But he's had good shows also on Seller Community Help. So if you guys, hopefully you could find his. Maybe they're still up there. If the algo is good or bad, it's still important to understand. Yeah, Art of War knows what's up. If you watch the show Art of War, it'll recommend that show for you. TikTok knockoff, which isn't a great algorithm either. It's good to have reselling on though, because reselling kind of gives both things. Wait, it's not CRISPR. What are we talking about CRISPR for? Like the genetic CRISPR. Let's see, an algorithm can. Yeah. What's going on with the edit stock? That used to be just as good as CRISPR, and the edit stock's in the toilet. I don't know if you follow stock. I had a stock channel at one point. I gave it up. I shouldn't have given it up because I was almost at 1,000 followers. And then when once you get to 1,000, that's when the big money starts rolling in. Not really. All right. Yep. So anyway, all paper, guys. Again, in the box there. Should not move. You always do a shake test. It should not move around. I personally think there's no reason not to print the. And I heard they're doing custom. Is this true, Art of War? They're going to be doing custom packing slips, which would be amazing. Because one thing I'd like to change on the packing slips would be the amount of packing space that gets used. Like I waste labels so much, and that's a little thing, but it still adds up over time when you're shipping thousands of orders to have that's thousands of labels. It's kind of annoying. It's based on view count, bids, and something else mainly, says Art of War. Art of War, I really want to test it out specifically on what you're saying to see if it works. Because I think you can get lucky with a good raid, and then you get exposed to a whole new audience. I've been on here 3.5 years, but I guarantee you 99% of the people probably have no idea what my channel is. Had any of you ever heard of Spear & Collectibles before you came in here today, I wonder? You know what I mean? So, I mean, the numbers are important. The amount of followers I have is great. No, yeah. I have over 10,000 followers. I may as well have 100 at that point, right? Tested, it doesn't work. I've watched it. Thanks for your honesty, Desert and Yannis. But I am a super trusted seller, 5 stars. Look at the reviews, guys. But if people can't find me, that's the thing, Art of War. That's what I wonder. Like, but there's certain sellers that are so well known. If I name another seller in here, you maybe has less sales than me, you might have heard of them. So I don't know. That's tough. And then there's Disney category people that are killing it, but you guys might not have heard. What do I sell? So at first, I was selling G.I. Joes like exclusively. I was one of the first action figure sellers on here. This is way back in 2021. There's only like 6 categories on here, so I grew pretty fast because of that. And that category grew immensely, the action figure category. Although before that, we started doing sports memorabilia as Springer cards. But that category, that obviously got really competitive and crazy. This is during the pandemic. So we were one of the first to also do sports memorabilia. But then I started to shift into estate sales and storage units because I do a lot of consignments and I have just such a eclectic amount of collectibles. So I kind of had to go into estate and storage units. So yeah, I mean, just a little bit of everything, ephemera, toys, dived on diecast shows. So maybe that's also why is that I stopped being consistent. So it's kind of interesting. I can almost use myself as the example of what not to do or how you can kind of fall off the radar. But for the most part, the answer would be estate sale category. But the G.I. Joe category is where I laid the base, the groundwork for everything, I would say. Plus, buyers come and go so much on this app. What I noticed early on in this app is you come on, you're hyped about this app as a buyer, you get addicted to the app as a buyer, you buy like crazy, you don't miss a show, you go on all the time, and then at one point, whatever, it could be money, it could be burnout, it could be dopamine, whatever it is, people fall off. So if you're a seller, you've probably seen that. You're like, hey, where's such and such been? They stop opening the app. That's why they do have to keep getting new buyers, because I think they could probably chart it. I'm sure hopefully their marketing team is doing that. Like, you see a new buyer come on, they're hyped about the app, they're a crazy good buyer, they spike and then they drop off. That's my opinion. I think that happens. That's more of a anecdotal opinion. Like seeing certain buyers that I used to have that just disappeared from the app, and then I see them come back like months later, and I'd be like, "What happened to you?" Like I had to take a break from it. Maybe the bill came or whatever it was, or it's very easy to stay on this app. Whether it's giveaways, whether it's people that are entertaining, whether it's people that are annoying. Like, there's so many things that are great about live selling that I think keeps people engaged. I mean, sometimes they have, celebrities and athletes on here and all sorts of interesting stuff. So you could literally just stay on this app all the time, have it in the background. It's like nothing else. They'll be back, right? Yeah, they'll be back. I mean, this app is just getting started. I know reselling, you think they're going to maybe get bought out or something like that, which makes sense, or they'll be gone. But I don't know. I think that live selling in itself is in its infancy. I always say it's just like the internet in like the early 90s right now. Like, it's not mainstream whatsoever, and people don't really believe in it yet until they start believing in it and they start realizing that it's here to stay. Like China, for example, I think it's like you can go to college to be a live seller in China or something crazy like that. Only site I've been on that your best customer becomes a seller. I never started in Walmart because I shop there. I hear what you're saying, reselling. I hear what you're saying. But like, it depends what kind of seller they're becoming. Are they becoming full-time, or are they just kind of doing it on the side? I think you have to go with the evolution of the app, though. It's just the way it is. Like, there's definitely people that will sell stuff on eBay, but they're not a seller per se. Maybe they want to, like a G.I. Joe seller is a great example of that, I think. A G.I. Joe seller will come on here. They're a collector first, a seller second or third, right? And they will just do it to be part of their community. They'll do it to get rid of parts of their collection that they don't need or want, or to downsize, or maybe they'll take those sales and then they'll upgrade part of their collection. There's so many reasons they do it. They're not doing it to make a lot of money, maybe a little bit, but then there's people that are doing it full time, trying to actually run a real business. So there's so many different levels there, reselling. But I do hear your frustration there, of course. Love live sellers for years. QVC HSN. Yeah, I always said when this first came out, and I think even the CEO of Whatnot said it too. It's like QVC meets, eBay is what I would say, or whatever. When people I try to explain what this is. Thank you, Mom. Mom's I appreciate you. Good luck to you. I think it's a great category you're in. You know, if that keeps happening with the pop-ups, you know, definitely don't be closed off to trying other categories. You never know what you might fit into that might be even better. Yeah, exactly. It sounds like you really want to do this and try hard. So that's, you know, just stay consistent with this. What I would say. But I think you should try different categories. Anybody should try different categories. I was doing this sports cards and doing breaks. I had no idea. I'd never done anything like that. And then Whatnot asked me to sell action figures because I started selling my own as a kid. And I said, okay. And then I just got into that. And I had no idea that I'd be doing that. And then you become an expert in that category. So let's see. But people work at regular jobs, leave and start saying, yeah, Crystal's right about that too. I got to keep shipping some of these orders, guys. But let's do one more giveaway at least here. Let me see if I have any more Whatnot merch. If not, we can give away something else. Let's do another givey. You know what's interesting, reselling and art, if you're still here, I was the featured show because of Whatnot, like basically like semi-sponsors these Q&As, these community shows. This is not one of those. But what doesn't make sense to me, and I don't get this at all, is that I was I was in the estate category and the community category and the show that was featured. And I still have the same amount of people in the stream. So that I don't get at all. That should have been a big difference in the amount of people. I have no, there's no, like, what I'm saying has no, like, we're not learning anything from what I'm saying. It doesn't mean anything, but it's just I don't get it. All right, here we go. Create quality listing. I'm just going to put a couple more givvies in there. I would definitely need to run a live, or excuse me, an estate show soon here after this. I hope you guys, thank you guys for hanging out though. Let's see, collectors. If anyone is going live today or soon, go ahead and post that in the chat. Let everyone know what you're selling and when. And I hope you guys get bookmarks from that. And also, if someone's going live soon, I'd love to raid you as well. Collectors giveaway. Let's see. And then I got to eat some lunch, and then I'm going to start selling whatever I can sell. I picked up some nice stuff at an auction recently, so that's where I get a lot of my inventory from not doing consignment, is I buy large lots at auctions as much as I can. Let's see. And I talk to everyone in chat, and I try to learn what they collect, and then I try to bring that kind of stuff on the show and learn about it. All right, let me see if I have everything set up for the givey. I appreciate you guys hanging out. I really do. Let's see. All right, what's a photo? Required. Hold on one second, guys. I really hope they fix this camera thing. That's a whole other story. How you can't zoom in when you use the camera when you're adding product. All right, storage unit finds, published, giveaways, and go. Okay, let's see what you guys said last year. I like trying to keep up with the chats here who have been taken advantage. There's just so many. The thing is reselling. Oh, I got a raid. There's so many buyers. Thank you, Show Me the Guru. Thanks, Show Guru. Appreciate you, buddy. What were you selling, Show Guru? There isn't someone over-exaggerating. That's a great point about that reselling. You're right. They're going to have to get rid of the, you know, the charlatans and the skeezy sellers that don't belong selling anywhere. Like if there's people on here that don't have integrity in what they do, they're going to go away eventually. I would hope, but I guess that's wishful thinking because sometimes, yeah, I dabble in apparel now and again. There you go. Thank you, Show Me the Guru. Whatnot has also lost trust among buyers. If buyers got a bad, you know, had a bad experience, that definitely hurts. Thank you, Show Guru. Thank you, Crystal. Only 2 in the givey so far. Is the givey not working? There we go. User is going to live tonight at 6 o'clock. Bags. Hooked. All right, user. What kind of bags do you sell, user? Like luxury bags? Live at 5 a.m. That's an interesting time. 7 p.m. on weekends, 2 times on Saturday and 2 times on Sunday. That's fantastic. Sounds like you have, yeah, scheduling shows in advance is great too, Mom, so people can bookmark. And it looks like you're a consistent seller too. Let's see. New handmade Native American turquoise jewelry. Nice. Oh, S. Grant Jewelry, welcome back. Twice a week around 7. See, that's good consistency right there. They'll have to get rid of their biggest sellers reselling. And then all their biggest sellers are all scoundrels? Is that what you're trying to tell me? They can't all be scoundrels, can they? Let's see. I sell every kind of stuff, but I have thousands of shoes and skateboards. Users, I mean, skateboard, that's a good category, I would feel like. That's a niche category for sure. Let's see. Before my 9 to 5, Coach and Kate Spade. Solid. All right, right. That's like right, not too high end and not too, that's high end, but not like unaffordable high end, right? Handmade Soap Show. Nice. Reworkers Passion. Reworkers Passion, I don't know enough about, but I feel like Reworkers Passion has hustled hard to get to be pretty well known on the app now, probably through networking and also doing something like handmade soap that's so unique. So she's going to stand out there. Customer acquisition is expensive, but Whatnot seems to let certain sellers burn customers. It's hard to make blanket statements about Whatnot, though, because we're not on the inside. We don't know what's going on. Like, do they know that? Do they think that? Are there people that, I mean, maybe you're right. I don't know. But I would hope that they don't want that type of reputation, but maybe I'm way off there. Making them a lot of money. Yeah, I mean, it's probably really hard to, if a seller's making them a lot of money, they probably don't want to meddle too much. But if they keep getting complaints about that seller and that seller's not performing, they're going to have an issue. I've never seen a bad feedback removed. I guess they've been removed reselling. I don't know. That's a good question. Is that you're saying that a lot of these guys get bad feedback removed? Will Whatnot ban one of the app's popular sellers who runs up 36? Whoa. Wait, see, that's something that I always worry about, the Keeper's Vault. Shill bidding is like the bane of like the worst possible thing you can do on here, and it makes me think that a lot of times we used to watch streams when it first came out, and we were like, this is bullshit. Like, there's no way these guys are getting these bids on this kind of stuff. I don't know, like, how you even protect the app from shill bidding. I don't know how you do that. But is that like a known thing? The Keepers, and I didn't mean this to become like a everyone get pissed off kind of stream, but Keepers Vault has a show 12/31 storage unit fines. But the shill bidding is not okay. I mean, that's obvious. I don't have to say it's not okay. But I think I know who you're talking about. The Keeper's Vault, do we know who he's talking about? Fake items. Fake items are a problem. No, that's not okay if that's happening reselling. If you have proof of that, that's not okay. I see shill building. Unfortunately, it's hard to see. Huh. Reselling. Is he talking about who I think he's talking about? They have removed a very popular seller recently. He's not coming back. Oh, Crystal, do you want to say who that is? See, I think they have done things like that. Look what happened to that. Maybe the Pokemon guy. What was the football player? He was one of the biggest. He was like the biggest seller on here, and they removed him. So I don't know reselling. I never even heard of Keith Classy. See, that's how many sellers are on here. He's a big seller. I never even heard of him either. Yeah, dude, luxury category is a. If I were on the team or Whatnot, and they wanted to bring luxury category on, I would have been like scared out of my mind to do that. I would be like, no, let's not do that at all. That's, even though there's good money in that. User, epic, congratulations. User, you collect skateboards. Or what do you collect? Because you do Pokemon? Oh, no, you don't collect Pokemon. You're trying to sell Pokemon. I do like these little collector's goodie bags. Maybe I get selling some Pokemon for your kids or something you collect. Let me know. This is interesting stuff, guys. P is a seller saying, I'm making this shirt which says Gucci Sat. That is sad. Dude, luxury category and shoes give me the illy willy, whatever. They make me kind of feel some kind of way. Pokemon. Simpsons skateboards. Nice. What do you collect, though, user, if you collect anything? Oh, here we go. When the shill bidders are 3 to 4 bidders running the prices up 300%. When you... Interesting. Wow. I'd love to see that, Keeper. But, I hope they have good trust and safety people, because it's probably pretty easy to catch a lot of these people, too, right? Keith manipulating wheel spins. How do you do that? Sold fake gold jewelry? Dude. Wow. Reselling. I'm glad they caught this person then. When it's a seller I really like and I want the item. Yeah, Crystal, that's a good point, but wow. Shape boards like you. I don't know what that means. But did you collect anything like small, like yours? Oh, like that board. Yeah, so the collector's goodie bags, I call them, I'll send something like if someone collects Star Wars or Pokemon or G.I. Joe or NFL stuff, sports cards, I'll send them like a little something, like a little gift. Since I didn't have any. You love Star Wars? Or do you collect Star Wars? Man, we could talk all day about what's it called brought up about the shill betting, because you just go on Reddit and get lost there. You sell it, okay. But you won the giveaway, user. That's what I was saying. What do you collect? You won the giveaway. I gotta ship the rest of these orders, guys. Let's see. You got it. Let me know what you collect. Keith's the main reason why Gumball game. See, that Keeper's fault. I hate that. Keith had a $18 bag of popcorn as a floor. Oh my god. See, you know what? That I should be more mad about this, the Keepers, because I used to run one of the things that made me successful in here. I think I was successful partially because of it, were my games, particularly my duck races. And in the G.I. Joe community, like everyone loved them. And once these types of sellers who manipulate these things and give shit prizes and piss everybody off, then all the fun goes away for the sellers that have integrity and their buyers wanted it. And then I stopped doing them. I actually stopped selling Joes for the most part once that happened, because that was a big part of my show. So the same thing with the gumball machine. Actually, it's funny. I bought a gumball machine a long time ago, planning on doing a show like that where you could win like G.I. Joe accessories and things like that. And then I heard about that happening too. Like all the fun stuff keeps going away if you manipulate and don't do it the right way. Same thing with mystery shows. I don't even do mystery shows. I do shows where you can see all the items, so you know what the floor is already. Which I guess a lot of other people do that too. But knowing what the floor is, then it's up to the buyer at that point. Like they know what the risk is at that point. And I think it's totally fun. I think it's fine to do shows like that. Gray Fox, congratulations on this. Speaking of shows, Gray Fox won a Cobra Commander in one of my shows. And Divided, he told people it wasn't a surprise. Oh, okay. Crystal. See, I don't know all the details. If you know what you're going into and you know what the risk is, then I'm divided on that too. Unless there's certain rules around that, then it's like buyer. It's up to the buyer at that point to decide: do I want to spend X amount of dollars, knowing that I might walk away with, some terrible prize? But Reselling did say something about him cheating the wheel, though. So what's that about? The Keeper is spot on. The luxury category has a lot of people that just purely rip people off. Gosh, it's so horrible. Yeah, you and Keeper have a lot in common. Keith's the main reason why the games were banned. Keith had an $18 bag of popcorn. Wow. Changed the rules, and he and others were no longer able to do it. So that's good. I mean, that means Whatnot Trust and Safety is at least stepping in, though, right, guys? If all these things keep happening, and they keep catching people doing these things that aren't okay, I think that's good. How does the seller manipulate the randomized wheel? Great question, Custom Wood Burning. I actually looked that up to see if that's possible. I don't think that they can manipulate the Whatnot wheel, but I think if you use OBS and you use a wheel on another platform, you might be able to manipulate that. Am I wrong? He's released for another reason. There are fake channels that have serial numbers and cards. It's all over Facebook. Wait, what is that? Now they're figuring out new ways to manipulate the customers. Man, that's scary, guys. Whatnot really has to watch the shill bidding on Friday nights. Okay. Man, I want to join I should join the Whatnot Trust and Safety team, because I want everybody to play nice on here. That's why they frown on platform wheels. Off platform wheels. Gray Fox, yes. Exactly. Chanel luxury bags. There's nothing worse than shill bidding, though, I think. The Keepers. It has to be going on in some of these, because you're wondering, how are these things getting bid up so fast and for so much, and then you watch another channel where maybe the guy's not doing it, and I watched that one shoe seller we talk about reselling, and he doesn't get the bid. He doesn't get the crazy bids that other shoe sellers get. Luxury has but he still has a lot of people in the show, though. Luxury has people who will co-host, and one person will shill bid on live while others watch and bid. This is wild stuff, guys. Think 3-card Monty? Oh, I missed the other thing you said. Wait, why are we thinking 3-card Monty? Are you trying to give me like a clue who it is or something? For the vault? Let me pack some other orders. Who's this order? I just put this away. It's 1:48. How much time do I have? Let's see. Reselling. Do you want to co-host? You want to talk to us about all this stuff, or am I risking? Let's see. 3-card money is whatnot. Oh, is that what he's saying? I see. You can buy on here without it being a scam, though. There's so many great categories on here that are just great categories that are good. Like take Reworker's Passion, for example. That's how this app should be. Like, she's selling soap, handmade soap, to a nice community of people that want handmade soap, is one example. Or like Lego or G.I. Joe's, right? I think we're only talking about a couple categories here that are the problem. A Domingo, I did not. Let me look. Hold on, because his buddy's shill bidding for him. Hey. The Keeper's Vault, man. Is the Keeper's Vault actually reselling on a second platform, a second category, or second channel? Hold on. I like this. I'm going to follow the Keeper's Vault. I like Keeper's Vault's got some good info here, too. Let's see. Keeper's Vault, what do you sell? It's not always. It's collectors of cards, luxury bags, etc. We will pay what we want to pay for it. Right, Crystal, I agree. Snake Eyes, long time. Welcome, Snake Eyes 215. Snake Eyes, have you not been on the app for a while? Or I just haven't seen you? We were just talking about how people who used to be on the app a lot, and they go away after a while, and you don't see them for a long time. See, we were talking about, hey, Domingo, were you in here when I was talking about duck races? Took a break. See, that's what I was saying, guys. Far and few between. Something innocent like women's makeup. You'll find that more and half the inventory is expired. True, but the buyer should know that they're buying expired inventory. I don't think you're supposed to sell. I don't know if Mom Hustler's still on. I don't think you're supposed to sell. Oh, you didn't hear me talk about that. Expired makeup. But I think that's, your risk. If you're selling expired makeup and that's not okay, then you're gonna hear about it. They're not saying that. You got to say that. You got to say what you're selling. So that's not okay either. You got to tell people that kind of stuff. That's why I was talking about being transparent with what you're selling and be upfront about everything about it. And you might miss something, but you have to show the detail to the buyer. Almost like you're in person at the store shopping. Like, you have to know if there's a stain on a shirt or something like that. I had medical emergency back in March. Oh no, and had to stop selling. Tried to come back in May, June. Had to stop because it was too much. Sorry about that, Keepers. What were you selling before, Keepers? Yeah, let's see how many things you've sold. Not okay. You just started. Looks like the Keeper's Vault. I can't tell what you're selling really, but yeah. Gray Fox, 100% agree. I want people to be happy with. Oh, Gray Fox is a seller too. Hold on. Sports car. Oh, sports cards. Okay. Oh, Gray. I didn't realize you sold Gray Fox. My fault. New and vintage books at honest prices. That's a good way to start off your profile. Message us at any time to place an order for new comics. See, that's a good category too. Comics are a good category. I feel like there's not a bunch of trashy things going on like comics. There's more good on this app in my opinion than bad. Like, way more. If the seller doesn't say it's expired, no different than sneaker luxury category, they try to avoid it. See, that's terrible business. My pleasure, Gray. That's just bad business. People are not going to last on this app or any other app if they're not being honest and have integrity. Maybe they'll kill it for a while, but eventually it'll catch up with them. I would think most of them. And maybe that's wishful thinking. I think that most people will eventually, it'll be called out on that kind of stuff, and they're not going to have buyers anymore if they're just selling shit. Like, you can never go wrong by being honest. You don't have to. You can sleep well at night by being honest, and you know that you're not going to have to deal with a bunch of shitty reviews and bad orders. There are always slimy people. I just hate people falling for the trap. Yeah. Card comics category also issue not showing condition. Okay. I agree with you on that, reselling. But that's up to the buyer too. At that point, they should know that. But you're right. If they're doing it in a sneaky way, that's not okay. Like, you have to show condition on these things. I can't imagine how you wouldn't. I don't know, even as a buyer, but I guess people get caught up in it, like you're saying, and they're like, I got to just take a chance on it. The Joe community was incredible every night. So someone needed a break. Yeah, I was talking about part of the reason I stopped doing it, but then I was thinking today, maybe I really need to start doing that. That was my, niche. Maybe I need to do it again the way I was doing it. Because we had a really good show the other day, and it kind of inspired me to get back into it more. Gray Fox was in that show. I thought it was a really good show from a buyer perspective and the seller perspective, which is hard to get that balance. I thought something that stinks, but he does not have many people in his show. Just not French. Wait. But he does not have that many people. Okay, there's another seller who has been accused on other platforms of selling fake harp. Oh my God. What is with these people? So that's good that people are on top of it though, trying to call them out though. But you're right, keepers. That's rough. You don't know who to believe either. So when you look at it all, the majority of this app is built on FOMO. It doesn't last as a business model at all. Reselling. You're right. Although the sudden death stuff boggles my mind. I know I sound so like naive when I ask you like why do they do that? Why can't they give more time? And reselling will immediately say because they don't want you to have more time. They want you to make a snap decision. Because maybe it's a bad deal or whatever. They don't want you to comp it. Bad comic sellers push FOMO and push the price up with fear. I love looking forward to you. Oh, thanks, Snake Eyes. Snake Eyes. That's like the nicest thing ever. Thank you very much. That is like why I was inspired to keep selling every night, Snake Eyes. And like I always talk about that when people ask for advice on what it was like, selling, and like what you described right there is what you would aim for as a seller, where you can have people sitting in your stream that not necessarily buyers, but they're enjoying the stream, they're enjoying the community reselling, which he really was, and that happened organically, that happened accidentally, that wasn't forced or anything like that. It wasn't through. It was organic. I just have to say that because also the community of people, if I don't know if there's a better word, the collectors, let's call it the collectors in that fandom were awesome. So that made it really easy for someone like me who is not a collector to be able to have that impact and do that. I think, Snake Eyes. User, yeah, I mean, consistency is everything. And thank you, Gray Fox. I'm glad you said it was fun. I was thinking now I want to get back to what I used to do with these huge collections and just make like a monster amazing wheel with a bunch of hits on it. And I think that could be amazing for everybody. So I was looking at this morning trying to buy like monster sized collections and just making it so there's just a bunch of tons of bangers on the board. What was I saying? Maybe I have to sell every day. Well, user, not necessarily that it's every day. It's if you can sell at the same time every day or every other day, whatever it is, so you're same people, like Snake Eyes was saying, he looked forward to them every night. Doesn't mean I guess I was on every night for the most part, but he knew 10 p.m. East, I was on. Consistency counts. Everyone talks about that. I almost did it by mistake, accidentally. But if you know a seller's on every day at a certain time, I think that's going to help. 2 seconds sudden death. They gave that option to Blaze. Yeah. People who think someone has time to verify thousands of items themselves doesn't work. Yeah, I'm confused about Blaze. His category says everything's legit, so I don't know. He's a great seller. He's a great streamer. I don't know anything more than that. Just from checking out his streams, he's really good at what he does. Obviously, now I don't know about the items and all that stuff, and I don't feel like he's. I don't know. I really don't know if if he's a trustworthy seller or not. I don't know. It was so worth looking for. Oh, thanks, Snake Eyes. It makes me want to do that again, honestly, or try to, because at night people are hanging out and you could watch a show or something, or, that's the fandom that Snake Eyes loved. And being with a bunch of other collectors, having fun and talking about nonsense, that can be fun. Just like I would compare it to a podcast or a radio show that I'd listen to. The current project I'm working on has me nervous because of my health issues. Oh, man. They think you're running junk? What's the current project? And why would they think it's junk? Consistency does count for sure. I'm going to pack a few more things. Okay, not yet. That's coming up soon. Yeah, Snake Eyes, I did a couple big G.I. Joe shows recently. I'm shipping out some Joe stuff now. And hey, Domingo, you said something about, if you're still here, you said something about flag parts. Let me see. Because I do have flag parts here. I just sold a bunch of them. Oh, I don't see it. Sorry, guys. I just got a message from someone that thought that I did a GPK break. And I think I opened the pack for them, and they think that he said the pack was already opened. That's bad business, buddy. Of course, I would never open the pack, ever. We did it all live, so I got to look at the video now. Thank goodness they have the video receipts, guys. Comics, non-sports cards, wheel games. Let's see the current product. Oh, yeah, non-sports cards. You can do really well with those too. I think it's good to differentiate yourself by doing that. I don't see Aiden Mingle. I don't see your message. Maybe you sent it Instagram, so I'm gonna have to look for that. But I guess I gotta keep packing these orders here, guys. Is there anyone I can raid right now? Reselling? We're in an issue with whatnot. It's a cool app. Yeah. Well said. It is a game changer when they did that. Okay, guys. Thank you guys for hanging out. MP Gonzalez, welcome, buddy. I appreciate you guys hanging out. And yeah, thanks, Nick, guys. Really appreciate that. Absolutely, user. Thanks, everybody. I'm going to go raid somebody. I'm not sure who, so stick around for the raid if you could. Appreciate everybody. Thanks for the, not bids, buys, and BS, but just thanks for everything, guys. Appreciate you guys. See you. Oh, who did I just do? Okay.